Hey, what's new and exciting? It's Kevin O'Shaughnessy here, and I'm doing a production video here. I don't usually do a lot of these, but this, to me, is just one of those things I'm kind of surprised that people don't talk about when it comes to recording songs. And so, to just jump right into it, I'm working on a new EP, and I got a tune here called I Wish. And we finished tracking the drums recently, and I'm just going to play a couple of measures of it. And you're going to hear that this big drum fill that comes in at towards the end of the song doesn't quite line up with the click. Check this out. All right, so did you hear that? When it got down to the end of the fill, the click hit before the crash cymbal for the next measure. Listen one more time. Now, here's an interesting thing. If I turn off the click track, does it sound as bad? Check it out. To my ear, no. Without the click track, it sounds just fine. Why is that? Well, it's pretty simple. Music is based in a world of relativity, which means that in order to tell whether something is in time or out of time, or something is high or low, we need something else to compare it to. So as long as the click track is going, we can tell that that drum fill is slightly out of time. Without that reference, we can't tell. All of the notes that are being played are all basically in time with each other, so our ears don't perceive that fill as being too slow, which is pretty cool. Recording, however, recording software and hardware is based in a world of absolutes. Okay, you look up here, we've got our real-time reference, 3 minutes and 24.33 seconds, right? If I look at, let's say, samples, that's like 9,923,286 samples, right? All very quantifiable. Compressors measure things in milliseconds. So it's absolute. So there are two schools of thought when it comes to solving a problem like this. School of thought number one, and this is in no particular order, is to edit the drum part spot on to this grid, all right, to line it up exactly with the click track. And is that a bad solution? Not at all. Used it myself. Sounds great. Works very well. The other school of thought is to leave it alone, right? A little variation allows the song to breathe a little bit, sounds a little bit more human, and isn't that great? The thing is, with this tune, I'm also going to have things like MIDI samples and MIDI sequence rather that I need to synchronize with all of this, keyboard pads and things like that. And so I'll need those. They're going to rely on that click track to sync up with everything else. So if the drums kind of fall behind and then catch back up again, that could sound really weird when I put the sequence to it. Plus, in the mixing process, what if we want to layer some drum samples in here to beef up those tones a little bit? These are just raw tracks. There's absolutely no processing on it whatsoever, with the exception of a phase inverter right here on the snare bottom track. And you guys who do recording will know why that's there. So if I wanted to layer a drum sample to this, it too is going to have to line up with some sort of a grid. So what's the solution here? I don't necessarily want to edit it because, again, I turn off the click and it sounds pretty good. This is what I think people need to talk about a lot more often, and that is adjusting the click track. All right, you'll see here what I did. I'm going to zoom out so you get a better idea. But we recorded this to a click track of 100 beats per minute. Okay, and you'll see that. This is a straight line. That's the click we recorded to. This is the click I edited. It's a very simple process, at least in this program. This is Digital Performer, otherwise known as DP. And I can very easily go up to the project. I can modify the conductor track by adjusting the beats. And I can adjust beats. Most of this I just adjusted the measures, and I can snap it to the transients of these various tracks. I can pick a track. I can, if I want to line it up with a kick drum track, I can line it up with a kick drum track. I can line it up with the snare. I can line it up with whatever. And now I can get all of these beats to line up with all of the hits in the drum track. And then if I want to synchronize things to it, I can. And I can use those cool quantizing tools and things like that to go along with it without really having to edit the drums much at all. What splices you see here are the takes. You know, we ended this take here and then we started the next take. But if I zoom in, this is with the click track at 100 beats per minute. And this right here, this is the kick drum in question that is late, okay? And if I switch this over here to the edited click track, well, now you can see where the beat gets a little slow, and you see where it catches up, and then this kick drum hits right on the beat again. If I wanted to layer a sample with that, I could do that. When I go to put my MIDI sequences to this, I can do that because now I've got the click track following the drum performance. And then listen to this thing. This is actually pretty cool because now with the click track following the drums, you don't hear anything being out of time. Check this out. Now it sounds like it's perfectly in time because I've got the reference, the click reference, going on with the drums that were recorded. So anyway, I hope you found that useful. For any of you guys that are producing your own music or working on music for other people, here's a solution that nobody seems to talk about, and I think it's pretty important. I think it's a really cool tool and can save you so much time in editing drums. To just edit the click track, edit the tempo map. You know, so for anybody who's doing this stuff on their own, they're producing it or just have an interest in seeing how the sausage is made, here you go. This is one of the things that I'm putting into this track to keep a really live feel to the whole thing. And I think when I do release this, you guys are really going to dig it. It's going to sound awesome. And those of you who actually watch this video will have some idea, you know, a little inside secret of how it was all made. So hope you got something out of that. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video.